CM announced was the Musi River development front. So how do you think that's going to impact next 5 years horizon of our city's real estate?
His understanding of real estate is quite a bit, and I think he has set himself a target. He wants to be remembered. This is a high ticket purchase. I will not say it's once in a lifetime. People might buy 2 or 3 apartments or more than that in a lifetime, but it is a very important.
The 10 years of growth that we had, one more factor that helped that was slow development in our neighboring states. So that also might have boosted our current thing. And now since the government has changed TDPS, do you think the growth in Hyderabad will slow down, or Hyderabad has gone past that?
I don't think we are in a stage where we'll get affected by this. Obviously, Andhra Pradesh will have its own growth. But when I keep talking to people, we are like a Bangalore, which runs by itself. Hyderabad runs by itself. We are a cosmopolitan town. I mean, if you were to see our own gated communities, we have a Pebble City over here. I think you have your own projects.
In this podcast, we spoke a wide range of topics like the Musi redevelopment front, the past, present, and future of Hyderabad real estate, and also all the due diligence one needs to do before purchasing an apartment in Hyderabad or anywhere. Please, if you're a prospective home buyer in Hyderabad or you want to buy a house anywhere else in the country, please have a look at the podcast. You'll get many interesting insights. Hello, sir. Thank you for coming. This is our 5th episode of the Insights podcast. So, to start off, I think it's been more than 15 years in your journey in this field of business. Could you take us through like how you started and like how the market's been now, how it is?
At the outset, Rishi, thanks for hosting me. Basically, I'm an engineering graduate and also I did my MBA. And soon after my education, I worked with a public sector company.
Okay.
That was an oil company, HPCL. So later, when we were after some time, probably I got fatigued with the industry, or the real estate industry was getting opened up. The corporate real estate industry in the around 2005 or 6.
Okay.
So they were looking out for professionals. So hitherto real estate was typically done by individuals or families, or it was done on a very small scale. And at Hyderabad, corporate real estate really kicked in around 2005 when the foreign direct investment gates were opened by the government, where FDI was allowed into real estate. So the money at a lesser cost was available, and the funds were also looking at companies with credentials and experience, and companies in turn were looking at professionals, to run these large scale projects, because the size of these projects was typically around, say, in that point in time itself, around 1,000 crores to 1,500 crores. So that was the size.
Okay.
So, yeah. So they were looking out for qualified people and professionals into various domains, like they were from finance and sales and customer service, etc.
Yes.
Then I joined real estate in 2007, and
Okay.
it's my 17th year.
This is your 17th.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you joined, how was the market? Like, what was your experience like soon as you joined? How was the market at that point of time?
That's a good-
2007, 2008, that was when...
That's a good question you asked, because people of your generation who are new into this
Yes.
business, you've never seen a down cycle.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
So 2007, when I joined, the honeymoon was just for a year or two. Okay, then 2008 happened, where we had this global financial meltdown.
Yes.
So the real estate across the world, not alone in India or Hyderabad, everywhere it actually crashed. So that was an amazing learning experience. People should actually go through, I mean, people who are in the industry should go through that kind of an experience to how to hold on and how to, get going with the construction. So things shouldn't take a pause, or it shouldn't come to a standstill, because the moods were very bad then. But only those companies which were able to do financial engineering, or which had a very good the brand equity, and were able to convince their customers and also get along with their construction, who never paused their construction, in fact. So it was a tough journey for a couple of years, but we came out of that. So people, the construction companies which were able to deliver after these 2 years had won the confidence of further more number of customers. So when around say after 2 years, literally when the markets returned back, there wasn't much. There was a different situation. So demand was there, but the supply was limited because a lot of companies had put a hold on to the construction. So only few companies had delivered. So it's a great cycle, and then on, I think, okay, the market was decent. We had difficulties because we had this agitation for a separate state. So 2009 again, another phenomenal event of Mr. Then Chief Minister Rashek Reddy passing away.
Yes.
And the state got into a turmoil.
Yes.
There was a fight for the bifurcation.
Yes. That had a major impact on the market, right?
Yeah,
all of that.
Major impact in the sense that there was no growth. It was lull. Only the end customer used to buy. So there wasn't any lot of activity in real estate. Not many projects got launched, so we were stagnant there at something like 15,000 per annum. So there was this lull for 4 to 5 years. Then Telangana State got formed in the year 2014, and there were apprehensions initially, but the way the government had...
What kind of apprehensions were there when the new state was formed?
The state, the state has been formed to protect the interests of the state. The revenues have to be within the state, and the development which have to be used for the development of the state. And we don't have anything against, the so-called non-locals, because there are a lot of people have settled over here for generations. From people from Andhra, from Maharashtra,
correct.
The Sikhs or the Sindhis or the Marwadis and all kind of communities. So they said, everybody has an equal right to participate in the growth of the state, and we are going to lay a red carpet for the entrepreneurs. So we are going to appreciate entrepreneurship, or give a fillip to entrepreneurship. So that's what had happened, and they had demonstrated by action, saying, the important things for a state to be on the map where investment should flow is the abundant availability of power. So either too frequent power cuts was the order of the day, and now there was a continuous power available. They made they bought power, and they had started a couple of power plants. And the water also, they have, Hyderabad, we see now that there is absolutely no problem with respect to water. So we have water coming from Krishna, Godavari, and all these places. And also the law and order, the infrastructure in general.
Yes.
So whatever the good works were done by the previous governments, like they were continued, and other additional new works also initiated. And the good fortune for Eastwell, United Andhra Pradesh or Telangana is I think for the last 20-25 years, we had visionary leaders one after the other. We had Chandrababu Naidu, then we had Y.S. Rajshekar Reddy, then we had Chandrasekhar Rao. So there wasn't any pause, or there wasn't any, never development took a backseat.
Yes.
Okay. So none other state can boast of this kind of an outer ring road.
Yes.
Or the kind of high-tech city we have, or the flyovers which we have, or whatever, the basic infrastructure which is there. So then, what is it? Then 2016 onwards, after 1 year they came into power, the real estate had started to look up basis whatever the good works the government has been doing.
Yes.
So the graph has been only going up. Okay. And 2018 was the second round of elections. Once the Telangana State has formed. And again, TRS coming back to power with all the good work they had done. So that gave a fillip to the real estate. It zoomed after 2019. 2019, and surprisingly during the pandemic years also, 2020, 21 and 22, real estate, it was a lot of people were not able to what do you call, analyze the reason why it has grown so many times. Uh, Even in pandemic, where everywhere it was flat, rest of the country, here it got multiplied by 3x, 4x, etc.
Yes.
Although the new launches were happening, the land prices have zoomed up.
Yes.
I mean, we have seen that Kokapet lands going for 100 crore an acre.
Yeah.
And what do you call, the sales prices have also they've gone. I mean, they've gone up and up. I mean, now they are kind of there's a big question mark on the affordability at this point in time. And the number of sales were also from 15,000 we moved up to 45,000. So 2016 and all, we were at 15,000 units per annum. We are 45,000 per annum. We are just neck to neck with Bangalore, perhaps. They must be at 55 or 60,000 units per annum. So that was something phenomenal. Now we are in a phase where the prices have shot up so much. And every time when an election comes, generally the market takes a pause.
Yes.
So it has taken a pause in the month of November. Then soon after November, we had this parliament elections. So the elections and also the prices going beyond a point have put, the markets have kind of slowed down at this point in time. So now we are on the 5th of June. So people have to digest these results and wait for some time. And so we see customers coming. I mean, there is absolutely, as far as the site visits to the sales offices are concerned, they are still happening in great numbers. Only the decision making, I think the customers have paused.
They're in wait and watch mode.
Yeah, wait and watch mode. Yeah.
Okay. So that phenomenal growth that we saw, like as a city and as a state, what do you think the BRS government did right, like for real estate to, for all that to happen? Like in what factors did they do well?
As I said, basically for anyone, I mean, your what do you call, the place where you live, it has to be closer to your workplace, or it has to be faster to your workplace. And you shouldn't get bothered about the basic requirements. That is water, electricity, and a law and order. And obviously the economy is improving, so people also look at avenues to entertain themselves. So a lot of relevant infrastructure should be there. And Hyderabad is also an educational hub. So we are also blessed with a lot of nice schools and colleges. So they took care of these major things as far as Hyderabad is concerned. So these are the 4 things which make any urban city run or thrive.
Yes.
Okay. So having said this, now we are at a phase, this 3 years, where it's been zooming. Now we are at a different kind of a situation. The customers, I mean, either to the price was kind of affordable, etc. Now what is happening is the supply has also gone up. The supply has gone up for surprisingly in the luxury segment.
Okay.
I don't know whether we have those many number of customers.
Which segment would you classify in luxury, like in sizes, which flat sizes?
Either two, we used to have, luxury means the definition of luxury has changed. Either two, before say 2017-18 also, anything above 3,000 square feet used to be luxury.
Okay.
So hardly there used to be 500 or 1,000 units launched and consumed in a year, in a full year.
In this segment?
In this segment.
Okay.
Now we are talking about 5,000 square feet and above apartments. Okay. And the kind of product which is already launched is there are about 10,000 units.
Of this size?
Yeah, of this size.
Okay.
Either in the pipeline or in the making or launched, just about to be launched. Which is phenomenal because they are above say 5 to 6 crores of rupees. So the whole thing is, do we have these many number of customers? On the other hand, we have customers under 1.5 crore. So if it is a 2 BHK, it has to be under 1 crore. And 3 BHK, say 1.5 to 2 crores. So being in this business, it's also at this point in time, it's becoming difficult to cater to such kind of a market requirement. So what people have to do and also the developers have to do is probably look at these sizes. And the customers also, whenever a place gets crowded, the city keeps expanding. So early 2000 till 2005 also, Madhapur was an area where you could buy an apartment for some reasonable price. And the land also got exhausted. The city kept on moving to, what do you call, Ekundapur or Gachibowli, to Tellapur or Miyapur or so on and so forth. So it becomes important for the customers to also identify the location which will kind of trade off his budget, the distance, and also the kind of developer they are buying with, whether it will be delivered, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
So when somebody is doing this kind of this is a high ticket purchase. I'll not say it's a once in a lifetime purchase.
But it's
people might buy 2 or 3 apartments or more than that in a lifetime, but it is a very important decision. So I find it kind of, I should say, funny that when people buy something like a shirt or a car under 10 lakhs or some other thing, they do, inquire at so many places. They Google, they ask their friends who are the kind of leaders in these particular, like whose decision people generally follow.
Yes.
They spend quite a lot of time. Somebody has to buy a car, or somebody has to buy, say, an electric car. So they'll try to find out from people who has already bought. What are the pitfalls, how it is working, how long the charge is lasting, so on and so forth, and which company is, it's delivering a sturdy product at a reasonable price. But coming to your house, which costs 1 crore of rupees, I think people don't spend. Not many people don't spend that kind of a time into evaluating the options.
So, how do they make their decision? Is it solely based on price, location, and their ease of having infra or amenities, or it's majorly price? What drives their decision?
It's a common issue. Real estate means location in the first place. It's a abused phrase, location. A lot of people do say, but that is a reality. No, there is something also called brand. Okay. So unlike other products, to build a brand in real estate, it takes a very, very long time. Okay. So for example, we are making some fountain pens or some other product. Okay. So, or we are making some apparel. So it will not take you more than a year to launch and be a success at that. You hire a brand ambassador, you spend some marketing money, you got a good distribution network. But this can't be done in real estate, because real estate is something which takes time to get finished. You start a project, you take at least 3 to 4 years for that to get finished. You should have built such 5 to 6 projects. So you are a reputed brand in a, you will have a brand recognition for yourself only if you build, say, a minimum of, say, 1.5 to 2 million square feet. Minimum, I am saying. Because that is an experience you can't short circuit.
Correct.
Okay. So unless, unlike, you're buying a car, you're going to the showroom.
It's a one-time thing.
One time or 2 times you go to the showroom and you have a look at it and you decide, you go back, you cut a check, go pick up the car and go home. That's your experience with the showroom or the brand or whatsoever. Okay, then you're not going to anymore visit the showroom. But here, you cut a check even before first, the foundation stone is laid. So you go and cut a check and you get into an agreement of sale. At each and every, demand note, the phase of construction, we developers, we ask for 10% or 20%. So for every time the customer goes and sees and checks for himself how the product is coming up, he has interaction with the teams. So there is lot of customer interface at various levels.
It's a mix of a product and a service. It's not a one-time product we are giving.
Basically, a lot of people think this is a B2B business. This is a B2C business.
Okay.
So business to consumer business means, I mean, it has to be, you need to have a lot of soft skills.
Yes.
So it is not like an infrastructure business. A lot of people do from infrastructure get into real estate also, and not many are successful because they fail to understand this difference.
The soft skill part.
Yeah. So they think it is like anything like building a bridge or a road or whatever. So there are so many customer touch points, so many interactions.
Correct.
And building brand is an important part of your marketing.
Yes.
And it doesn't happen through advertisement, or it does happen, but majorly it happens through your customer interactions. So that's how you need to keep training your people, and you need to, execution is a major part in building this kind of a brand.
Yes.
Where people fail is so you made a nice brochure, you showed nice plans, and you did a nice launch, and you got some 200-300 customers, but you're not executing as per the plan or within the given time.
Yes.
And the quality is also not what we have stated, or not to the liking of the customer. Then, so it is a confluence of many things.
Correct.
Execution. So the touch point here are the salesperson, your customer service person, your finance person, also your the engineering team. So at the time of handover, they also get into the picture. Okay. So it's not such an easy business as it is meant to.
Yes.
So the customers, when they are choosing, they want to put at least, I mean, today any product, even 2 BHK is about 1 crore of rupees. So when they are doing, I mean, spending that kind of money, so they have to be very cautious. First thing they need to look at is, what is the experience of this developer? How many, number of apartments he has built, or number of projects he has constructed.
Yes.
And what is the experience of those constructed?
Yes.
And price, as I said today, you're not getting a 2 BHK under 1 crore of rupees. I mean, you go to the Western Corridor, it is costing you 1.5 crore.
Yes.
So people should do this trade-off. There are certain areas like if you were to, even till Narsingi, now it is crowded. The prices are quite steep. So the customer need to move a bit further. So another 5-10 minutes of travel, if the price is lesser by 1,000-1,500 square feet, that is one big plus. Okay, so you are going to save, say, 1,500 into 1,200. So about 18 lakhs plus, you will be saving about 25 lakhs on this apartment. Then in that location, you see who is the best available developer and what is the kind of history he has. So today, the customer is, kind of getting offered. I said during this phase of 2020 till now, lot of developers have come in. The real estate has zoomed. Sales are also astronomical number. I really have my doubts because, unfortunately, we also had, the practices, wrong practices, not abiding by RERA, doing soft launches without any permissions. So this is really kind of, it is dragging down the real estate industry.
Correct.
And in fact, the regular, the kind of the developers who have been in this field and who have been doing a good job, they are at a sea. Because somebody in the neighborhood offers you, I mean, today, for example, in some location, the price is 8,000 rupees a square foot.
Okay.
And somebody next door, even he would have just signed the land deal. He says, I mean, 4,000 rupees per square feet if you pay everything upfront.
How is that going to work out?
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. People are just tempted by this greed.
Yes.
I am saving 50%. But your logic should come into picture. As I said, when you buy smaller things also, you're asking 10 questions to 10 people. Okay, so you should ask the experts. So any product somebody is selling 8,000 rupees a square feet means 4,000 would be the cost of construction itself. So how somebody can sell a product at the cost of construction?
True.
So there are other costs like cost of land, cost of sales and marketing, cost of administration, cost of finance, inventory holding costs. There are a number of costs for permissions, etc. Okay. So people are just blindly looking at मेरे को 1 crore का product I'm getting at 50 lakhs.
50%. Yeah.
That's it. So they are leaving their logic to the winds.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, something happens. I mean, they are going to suffer. I mean,
Yes.
we have seen so many cases which I don't want to name.
Yeah.
A lot of developers, I mean, they literally shed their offices or kind of vanished.
Correct.
Or even in the case of reputed developers also, trust me, it will be very difficult to, you have sold some 30% of the stock at these kind of prices. You have to make up in the balance of the 70% of the, it is going to be a phenomenal task.
Yes.
So my only request to the customers is don't get carried away by greed. And there are brokers in the system who would, I mean, for their hefty brokerage, they'll try and convince you. And it is very easy for yourself to do the due diligence. Google is there. Just you have zeroed down on one developer, just Google and see how long he has been there. That is the first litmus test. In my opinion, 90% of the time, if the developer is not there in the business at least for 5 to 6 years of time, then caution has to be exercised.
So you were talking about the price and time trade-off. Like if I were to buy in Madhapur, it's very expensive. If I were just to travel, like maybe for my work commute, more 10 minutes, the price is significantly or like much lower.
Yeah.
Which other areas would you, like recommend people to look for in Hyderabad?
See, Hyderabad, luckily we have nice road connectivity and we don't have much of a traffic hassle at this point in time. So, if you want to look beyond Narsingi, then in this direction, Kismatpur is an area where, a lot of nice developers and nice developments are happening. And during the last 5-6 years, the infrastructure has also come up really well. There are good number of schools. One advantage this area has is it's also closer to the airport. Now, a lot of activities are also happening down the south. You had this Budwell auction where the IT is coming up. So this area is one area which is already becoming the next premium area. So on the other side, beyond Gachibowli, you have this Kollur and also you have Tellapur.
Yes.
And Miyapur also is kind of exhausted. Then people will move to Bachupalli. So I think for somebody who wants to buy their first home or budget conscious, obviously these are the areas because you can't go and a 1 crore budgeted person would not be able to stretch himself by another 25-30 lakhs. So the interest burden will be more.
Yes.
And the eligibility for the loan is also something.
Like when BRS formed the government and this bifurcation happened, we discussed that there was a massive boom in real estate since like the past 10 years. So a lot of new developers came and a lot of new companies have come. What do you think a developer now should do to stand out in all this crowd, like in terms of marketing or customer experience? How can he, position himself to survive in this?
Yeah. See, as I said, when I joined in 2007, we went through a pain, but I should say I was lucky enough to see that down cycle. It is your staying power. And also, there is a lot of talk about branding. As I said, branding in real estate is more majorly creating that one-on-one customer experience. See, here, you're not dealing with some 20,000 customers in a day or 5,000 customers in a day or whatsoever. So any reasonably sized company in this city has some 4,000 to 5,000 customers who have been there in the business for the last 15 years also. So we are there for the last 15 years where we have a base of about, say, I am the CEO of INDIS. So we have a customer base of about 6,500 customers. So mostly if you see, this business is also through word of mouth.
Yes.
So once you are achieve that critical mass of say 1,500 or 2,000 customers, then on your next customers keep coming. 50% of your customers keep coming from referral, or there is also a repeat purchase. People would also like to invest. You have surplus money, you want to buy another apartment.
Yes.
Where is the best place to buy an apartment rather than in your own project, the next tower, where you can just keep keep an eye on your property and be safe and assured. So how do you the customer engagement of your existing customers is also very quite an important thing in this business.
Okay.
See, marketing, branding, we speak about many things. I mean, these are all essential, essential evils, I should say, like digital marketing, your hoardings, your print, etc., etc. But engaging your existing customers is the most important thing.
Okay.
So the market, there is a clutter in digital marketing too. So we have to move away from our traditional practices, educating the customers the way we are doing. So
correct.
one loud message which I had given is, I'm only giving a caution to the customer. I'm not promoting any brand. Please, for heaven's sake, before you buy, you do the due diligence properly.
Yes.
There are a lot of experts available in the market. There could be somebody living next door who must be working with a real estate company. Or you can talk to us. I mean, we are, any of the reasonable,
yes.
I mean, or you're living in an apartment, you talk to that developer or developers, what do you call, executives or managers or senior people.
Correct.
So there are people who can, I mean, somebody will be too pleased to give their knowledge. I mean, the way we go and talk to someone, I mean, how is this movie, or how is that, whatever the new thing which is happening in the city.
Yes.
So people shouldn't shy away. And a lot of information is also available on the net. Go to the websites of developers and see to it. See to it what they have delivered in the past, not what they have launched just now or whatsoever.
Yes.
Go by what they had done in the past.
Correct.
Because launching a nice project is one thing, and delivering is a mammoth task.
So now the new government has formed, like the state government in November and like December. So for real estate, the biggest thing that the CM announced was the Musi River Development Front project. So how do you think that's going to impact the next like 5 years horizon of our city's real estate?
See, today's politicians, when all of them are, I think they are more focused, and they have more vision than the erstwhile politicians. They know that if they're, what do you call, they need to have an extended career or tenure. So they need to deliver. Okay. And for your name to be there, I mean, to be eternally remembered, the way I spoke about the last 3 chief ministers, your name has to be attached with some major achievement. So the current chief minister, Mr. Revant Reddy, he's also, I mean, he's a very, he knows all this. I mean, he knows, his understanding of real estate is quite a bit. And I think he has set himself a target, like he wants to be remembered. I mean, his biggest goals at this point in time is the RRR. That is one thing. In his tenure, he wants to complete that. So that will give the connectivity another boost. And the real estate will start, again, kind of picking up, or it will literally take off. Because that will again shorten the distances from a long while. Correct. I mean, you can stay some 100 kilometers away and still come to the city within 1 hour or so.
Yes.
Okay. And the number 2 is making clean and green Musi. Environmentally, it's good, and also the kind of infrastructure or the beautification which can become a tourist place.
Yes.
And the lot of land in the neighborhood also will get into the supply market.
Yes.
So that is one thing. I mean, he wants to, he immediately after he won, he made a trip to Thames, and he went on a study mission also. I think those will be 2 of his pet projects. And every time something new has to be done, because whatever has been done till now has taken you till there. Okay, unless until you do something new, you can't go further up.
Yes.
So I think Hyderabad, that way, I mean, we are blessed with the kind of climate which we have, world-class airport and the ring road, and everything. I mean, we are just a flight away from any, I mean, in the last 10 years, so many new airports got opened, and the connectivity is there to all of even the smaller places.
Yes.
Okay. So the investments, as you see, during the last 3-4 years, they were not only coming from Telangana or the neighboring state, but also across.
All across.
Right from the north, etc.
Yes.
And the pandemic was also made us live into, I mean, it has changed our lifestyles drastically. People are now living in a hybrid way or remotely they are working. And then we also see a lot of huge communities with big spaces, which are kind of at a driving distance of say 1 hour or 1 hour 15 minutes. People want to enjoy that peace and serenity. So we have seen a lot of gated communities and theme-based communities, some communities with golf and all those kind of themes have also come up. So people are also, I mean, it is a changing landscape. And I think all this government has to do is continue with whatever work has been done, ensure that infrastructure is in place. And if Mr. Reddy, is firm on these twin pet projects, RRR and Musi River, I think it's only, next month we can be again seeing flurry of activity. Yes. No, I think he's also free right now. Once the elections
both the elections are done.
Yeah. So we hope, that is what is going to happen. But at the end of the day, all of us, since we are from the developer community, we should get focused on there is a customer available at 1 crore of rupees for a 2 BHK. And under 2 crores for a 3 BHK. How do we service them? We need to.
If you think in that particular segment there's a supply shortage?
Yeah, there's a huge supply.
Okay. So like the 10 years of growth that we had, one more factor that helped that was lack of, or slow development in our neighboring state. So that also might have boosted our current thing. And now since the government has changed there, TDP has come, do you think the growth in Hyderabad will slow down, or Hyderabad has gone past that? We get investment.
I don't think we are in a stage where we'll get affected by this. See, obviously Andhra Pradesh will have its own growth. But I keep, when I keep talking to people, we are like a Bangalore. We have become like a, which runs by itself. Hyderabad also runs by itself. So we are a cosmopolitan town. If you were to see our own gated communities, we have a Pebble City over here. I think you have your own projects you have half a dozen projects here. Next door you have Embassy. So if I were to look into my Pebble City, 50% of my customers are non-Telugus.
Okay.
So that speaks about the kind of draw which Hyderabad has for people across. And ultimately, it is where you work. If somebody from Vijayawada is working in Hyderabad, obviously he'll buy home in Hyderabad. There is going to be, there's bound to be development activity there also. But I don't think it will cut into our share of the pie. That's not going to happen. And in any case, for a project to start, get initiated and get completed, it will at least take 3 to 4 years.
Yes, not much effect.
Yeah, I don't think.
Okay.
It's only a speculation or a uncalled for worry, I should say. Yeah.
Like we were also talking about customer engagement and customer experience, like especially engaging your already, the customers are already bought with you. You as a developer, what steps or what do you do to, engage the old customers? What kind of activities?
See, basically, I think it has to be your team, which has to be educated, or you need to work on their DNA. Because it is not everybody's forte or style to keep talking to customers or being nice with them. Since we are in this business, we are in a consumer business.
Yes.
So you have to be nice with them. So you, like a typical salesperson, in my company, he sells about something like 30 apartments in a year.
Okay.
So over a period of 5 years, he must be having between 150 to 200 customers. So at least if he has good, nice relationship with some 50 to 60 customers, in the sense ki you keep talking to them, they'll keep asking you questions. And everybody in this growing economy, he'll have some disposable income to invest. So you have to become their investment advisors. One thing is you have to change your soft skills. Also, you need to keep acquiring knowledge on a current basis. So what's happening? If you're an advisor, obviously you need to have more knowledge than the person who is seeking the advice, right? So you need to have those kind of training sessions or keep pushing them, asking them to make nice presentations. Okay, and also the company also can kind of initiate some activities or depending on the project or
Yes.
whatsoever.
Yes.
If there is a lake by the side of your project, for example, a river or a lake,
Yes.
where
You can.
early morning there are hundreds of birds coming up,
Mm.
so you can throw a breakfast for
Yes.
your enthusiast
Correct.
clickers
Yeah.
who can come at 5 o'clock and go around and take nice photographs, run a competition. These are some. I mean,
These are.
ask any agency or you yourself can do that.
Yes.
So that's how you get engaged. So people are either if you are nice with, you have that kind of a relationship with people. So first thing is you should pick up their call, and whenever they call, that is a primary thing. So they'll ask help for themselves or their friend or their brother or mother or father or whatsoever. So that is the biggest strength which you have.
Okay.
So if you cannot take out customers from your existing customer pool, then as a company you have to
Rethink.
introspect.
Yes. Sir, since you're a CEO of such a big company, I think like you're already delivered more like thousands of flats. How do you keep a track and control this big organization?
See, though we are such a huge company, but we majorly outsource the important things to the experts. Like for example, construction is outsourced to the big construction companies. Like Pebble City was done by L&T,
Okay.
then One City by Tata. Then we have JMC doing a couple of our projects. Likewise, we are financed by the world's largest asset management company.
Okay.
That's Brookfield.
Okay.
Okay. So basically, we are here to the company's core function. I should say it is all about sales and marketing. Okay, and giving that customer experience.
Yes, that would be your core function.
Core function. And at my chairman's at our MD's level, it will be managing the stakeholders and these companies.
Okay.
So it's tech with technology. In today's world, the way you keep tab on things and the progress, the various activities is through technology.
Yes.
The kind of ERP or systems which we have, and the major focus area is the way we build teams and the way we groom people.
Yes.
So to our credit, I think we have the least attrition. More than 60% of the people working here are 10 plus years of experience in this 15-year-old company.
Wow.
So that's it.
Okay.
So I come from actually a bigger, HPCL was a 1.5 lakh crore turnover company at that point in time. Then that must be around 10 lakhs now, 10 lakh crores.
Okay.
So that was a huge organization with some 3,000 employees in management alone. So I come to a very boutique kind of a setup. But here you are involved into each and every aspect. You can see something germinating and you see that seed growing into a tree.
Okay.
So
you were talking about technology. So right now the most disruptive thing in technology is AI. So how do you think AI would affect our business in the coming future? Will it enter our business, or it won't have an effect only on our business? Or if it does, how will it affect?
I think majorly, certain processes could be cut short, but we are into majorly a physical product building function.
Yes.
Okay. As far as we can probably have a quick turnaround time for customer queries or certain processes, or it will probably help us in giving a better customer experience to the customers. But as far as the kind of business we are in, which is brick and mortar, to deliver that product, there I don't think there will be much of difference.
So it'll mostly be a positive impact, like it'll help doing our processes better.
See, we've been going through these phases. Technology has never made the world to come to a standstill. So 20 years back, when the first time computers were introduced in a railway booking offices or in banks, people used to think the jobs would be lost.
Yeah.
New jobs will be obviously created. That's how the technology helps. I mean, we
Correct.
keep moving on. That's it.
So, sir, also you're a movie buff. You have your own YouTube channel where you review movies. So, how do you think, do you think movies and real estate have a some relation? How a customer watches a movie, how that affects his purchasing decisions in real estate
Yeah,
or
see, what they
others?
say is art imitates life and life imitates art.
Okay.
Okay. So, what we see on the screen, certain things we imbibe over a period of time. And what happens in the real world, they'll put it onto the screen. Okay. And drawing a parallel between a real estate project and movie. Movie is also called a project because all eminent people come together and they work together for 9 months to 1 year or whatever time, and they deliver a product. So here also, like in real estate, like before you launch a project, you have to identify the location, get those permissions, bring architect on board and make those plans, etc. So there is something called pre-production there also.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to find a story and you sit on that and make a screenplay. And then once that is done, then people will go and go a recce for locations. You have to take those permissions. Then the casting director will put all the cast together. So when everything is finalized, then they go for the actual shoot. Here also, once the plans are there, then the permissions are there. Okay, so then you have identified a construction contractor, a structural engineer. All these things are there. Then you will actually go and launch the.
Yes.
Once the permission is also obtained, you go and launch the project. So it also movie also the projects. I mean, if you want to build a brand, it requires a tremendous passion from all the stakeholders: the construction department, the sales department, the finance, the customer support department. Like the way a director's view is translated into a film by the cameraman, DOP, whom you call. So like the way, I mean, the MD must be having a vision, but unless until these people put in their heart and soul, it will not be translated into the same product which you have visualized.
Okay.
So there, I mean, it is also a 1 year project. Here also it is like 3 years or 4 years project. Then another new project, new people will come and assemble. They come together. So to make a hit product like in movie, there are you heavily depend on the director, the cameraman, and the lead star cast.
Yes.
Here also, like I said, the construction department
Yes.
and the sales department.
Yes.
Customer support. I mean, all these
Yes.
these 3-4 functions are.
It's a whole team effort.
Yeah,
like
it's a team effort. It's a team game.
But how do you think, or do you think, or does the movies affect consumer behavior or purchasing decisions?
No, definitely. See, I think the soap operas, which they call the serials, at least in Telugu. I mean, when I keep interacting, even in districts, ladies keep watching a lot of the serials, ladies and also gents and etc. So majorly, I mean, why I took the name of ladies is they are the people who influence while selecting a home.
Yes, they have a
and
major
the interiors also they have a major role.
Yes.
So that has really kindled the aspirations of a lot of people. People living in small towns, districts, etc. When they want a home, they want that kind of a home which is shown on the screen.
Okay.
People say in Telugu, "Maak intloంచి మెట్లు ఉండాలి," means a duple home. So they want a duple home. So that's an aspiration. The kitchen has to be. Over a period of 10 years, all this has changed. Otherwise, kitchen used to be normal, one stove thrown there or something like that.
Yes.
Now it has to have that kitchenette, and you want to have a, what do you call it?
Yes.
So all those thrills and frills have to be there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one final question. This is completely off topic. In the past 1 year, what do you think is your most impactful movie that you watched, and why?
I see movies in all of the languages, and mostly I do like a lot of Malayalam movies. Okay. So then talking about the recent movie which I watched was Lapata Ladies.
Okay.
Which was a very nice movie.
Okay.
And coming to Hollywood, it was Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer, yes.
And Telugu, really, one movie which shook me was Virupaksha.
Virupaksha. Okay.
Hmm. And Malayalam movie Brahma Yugam by Mammootty.
Okay.
So these are some movies which were quite impactful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you so much for coming and giving your valuable time.
Thanks. Sure. I mean, I think with this podcast, hopefully we should have reached to the aspirant home
Yes.
buyers.
Yes.
And I'm sure, like being a young CEO of this company, you should be open to answer any prospective customer talking to you.
Yes. Yes. Definitely.
Reaching out to you
Definitely.
directly.
This whole
Right.
podcast reason was we want to educate customers. We don't want to, just sell. We want to make them more aware and portray as like show like we are trying to educate you and then sell you the product, not just sell you the product. Hope you enjoyed the podcast. The podcast was very insightful to me. Hope you all learned a lot and can make better decisions while investing in real estate. This is me, Rishi, director at Giridhari Homes, signing off.